News broke this week that Colin Mochrie has postponed upcoming tour dates due to what was described as a medical situation requiring emergency surgery. The announcement was brief and careful, prioritizing privacy while reassuring fans that the procedure was successful and that recovery is now the focus. At 68 years old, Mochrie made the decision based on medical advice, choosing health first before returning to live performances. Specific details about the surgery have not been publicly disclosed, and none are required. What matters is that the surgery went well, he is recuperating, and plans are in place to reschedule appearances once he is fully cleared. For fans, the news landed with concern, but also gratitude. Concern because Colin Mochrie has been a constant presence in comedy for decades, someone who feels familiar, reliable, and almost permanent. Gratitude because the update emphasized care, recovery, and the long view rather than pushing forward at any cost. And that moment naturally invites a bigger reflection, not just on the news itself, but on who Colin Mochrie is, how he built his career, and why so many people feel personally invested in his well being. Colin Mochrie was born in Scotland and raised in Canada, a background that quietly shaped his comedic sensibility. He didn't come up through stand up in the traditional sense. He came up through improv, a discipline that rewards listening, generosity, and collaboration more than ego. That foundation would define everything that followed. Before television fame, Mochrie spent years performing with improv troupes, most notably with Toronto's theater sports scene and later with Second City. Those environments are unforgiving. There's no script to hide behind, no edits, no retakes. You succeed by supporting your scene partners, reading the room, and making others look good. That skill set eventually led him to international attention when he became a standout performer on the British version of Whose Line Is It Anyway? When the show later moved to the United States, Mulcahy became one of its defining faces. What made him different wasn't loudness or flash, it was precision, timing, commitment. He could take the smallest suggestion and build an entire character around it in seconds. He wasn't afraid to look ridiculous, he wasn't afraid to lose, and that fearlessness made him incredibly watchable. Over time, Whose Line Is It Anyway became more than a comedy show. It became comfort television, something people returned to again and again. And Colin Mochrie was a huge part of that. His chemistry with the cast, his willingness to jump into any scenario, and his sharp instinct for character work made him indispensable. But his career didn't stop there. Mochrie continued working in television, voice acting, live touring, and improvisational theater. He became a mentor figure to younger performers, not by lecturing, but by modeling how to show up prepared, present, and generous. In a field that often rewards self promotion, he built a reputation on reliability and collaboration. He also became known for something else that mattered deeply to fans: humanity. Offstage, Mochrie has been open about personal challenges, including family experiences and growth over time. He has spoken with honesty, empathy, and humility, traits that aren't always associated with comedy but resonate strongly with audiences. People don't just laugh at Colin Mochrie, they trust him. That trust is why this health update hit differently. For many fans, Mochrie isn't just a performer they admire. He's someone they grew up watching, someone whose work feels stitched into their own memories. Late nights, reruns, shared laughter with friends or family. His presence feels familiar in a way few television personalities achieve, and that familiarity creates a sense of connection. When someone like that pauses for health reasons, it reminds people that performers aren't characters frozen in time. They age, they recover, they adapt. And choosing to step back, even temporarily, is not weakness, it's wisdom. Colin Mochrie's career has never been about chasing attention. It's been about consistency, craft, respect for the audience, and respect for the people he works with. Taking time to heal fits that pattern perfectly. As of now, there's no indication of long term complications. Postponed tour dates are expected to be rescheduled once recovery is complete. The tone from all involved has been measured, optimistic, and grounded, and that's appropriate because Colin Mochrie's legacy isn't defined by one moment or one headline. It's defined by decades of making people laugh without cruelty, of elevating others on stage, of proving that intelligence, kindness, and comedy can coexist. This moment isn't about fear, it's about perspective. It's about recognizing the human being behind the laughs, appreciating the work that's already been given, and wishing someone well as they do what matters most right now: getting healthy. Colin Mochrie has spent a lifetime showing up for audiences. Now, audiences get to show up for him with patience, support, and respect. And when he returns, whenever that is, the laughter will still be there waiting.